In today's video, I'll show you how to easily cap the UK without cheese while getting most of the Italian achievements and teaching you cool things about the Navy. We're gonna pick air innovations first. Regardless, we're gonna build a tank facility in Abruzzo, and we are gonna build one road in Emilia-Romagna, and then we're gonna build civ factories in Emilia-Romagna and Toscana. Occupation, we're gonna enable the horse, which already is enabled. We're gonna use local police force, very nice. We do have the horse here without any support equipment, so this is already perfect. We don't have to change anything. One thing I'm also gonna do, I'm gonna put everything on civ oversight manually. We don't really need it, like there's not that much we get out of this. Like, sure, a little bit of manpower here, but like, especially for Greece, not really that much point. If you do want a collaboration government, it's very useful. I don't, because we're playing Italy, which means there is only one path for us to take, which is Rome. As for our research, we are going for the very normal and cool and quirky research, but also smoke generators. As always, when you play a game where you have to use Navy, smoke generators is insane. Fleet speed while retreating is insane. While retreating, your ships are retreating and not firing, so the less time that they are retreating, the better. Then yes, because a sitting duck you can just kill. A fast sitting duck you can kill a little bit less. As always, damage control and fire control are also very useful for playing Navy. We're gonna get a little bit of them, but there's just a ton of things that I do want to get. Italy has a ton of things to fix, like its economy. Now the CAS that we're building here, technically you can continue it, but I don't really care about a CAS that has 8 air attack. I mean 5 air attack and 8 ground attack. Also, that's not a CAS. No, just build a fighter and a CAS. It will be more efficient. With the Navy, we're just gonna put all of these on high. We're gonna create one convoy with 3 slots assigned to it. For once, we are not actually that opposed to these ships, because they're actually, like, they're not great. You know, I would put more gun on it, and also air, so it can actually defend itself. But honestly, like, I am a bit surprised that the base starting Navy is kind of okay. Now these heavy ships, we're just gonna dismiss them because they're okay, they're not great, and also they're not really that far into the production line, so we're just gonna delete them. The rest we're gonna keep producing. Now the submarine we could technically delete as well. Could be better, but it at least has 2 torpedo tubes. Also gonna dump the Navy down, because the Navy is less important than getting some guns. Navy, as always, shift left click to stack it up. All of them, and then right click them into one of your Navy stacks. We're also gonna get 1 oil from Romania, simply because the restructuring will be quite expensive. Speaking of restructuring, we're gonna do the same thing with the Air Force. We're gonna dump them all here in the northern airport in Ethiopia. Then we're gonna select all of our southern troops and all of our northern troops. We're also gonna take the mountaineers. We're gonna pick 2 infantry, and then the rest we can just assign to the south. Then we're gonna draw line. We're gonna draw line. As for our field marshals, there are 2 that you can conceivably pick. Number 1 is Graziani. He has Desert Fox, offensive doctrine, very good. Ethiopia, for some reason, has deserts. I think there are a couple in Africa, but I might be wrong. And our second pick would be Pietro, who has organized already, which would be very nice. Logistics wizard is one of the most important and strongest traits. Does have defensive doctrine already assigned, which means we can assign 1 less trait, which makes him worse. He would be okay for a defensive, for an infantry field marshal, but we don't really care about that. We're gonna pick Graziani, and to ensure that Graziani gets his organizer trait, we are gonna use normal front lines. We're gonna use general front lines, not, you know, with the field marshal. Like that's bad. We do not get organizer XP with field marshal front lines. As for the rest, we're gonna pick the mountaineer, Carlo. We're gonna pick Carlo for the north, and we're gonna pick Rosie for the south. Admittedly, this does not matter that much. The front will go through a couple of different generals. We're also going to put both generals on aggressive execution. You could, of course, micro all of this yourself. It's just more chill to do so. Also, we are enabling truck supply for the northern and truck supply for the southern army. And before you unpause, you have to start the offensives. Every single day counts for this campaign. Ugh. MIOs. You're just gonna assign 5 traits. You always want to get the production efficiency things, because with them we can get more equipment. Okay, with the plane designers, I actually do have to open up pirate software, which I don't think I should. I think the guy is bad right now. The max amount of bonuses that you can get with your plane MIOs. Congratulations, here, take a look. I personally care the most about the range-focused aircraft designer because I really like the ranged buffs, and the rest is also fine. We also get a 10% production output efficiency, which is very good. Now, the best one is probably the multi-role aircraft designer. I mean, for me, I just really like the range, because the more range you have, the higher your efficiency is, and especially if you're fighting in shite terrain where the air zones are kind of shit, you will have more efficiency. Ethiopian obviously uses the CAS designer. And with the ships, we do care about the Krda, because Krda gives us a lot of stats for our heavy ships, our capital ships, or I guess just our battleships. Because I'm not going to build heavy cruisers. And then also the escort fleet designer, just so we get more light attack on our cruisers. Don't necessarily care that much about it. You can also use the raiding fleet. Raiding fleet is fine as well, if you don't want to split your MIO funds that much. And the submarine designer obviously is just going to turn your, like, bastard. If you're playing on non-armor mode, right now you could make a save. I'm trying. I love Iron Man mode. There's one final thing I want to talk about before we unpause. Generals will gain experience very quickly in this war, and because of this, our main strategy is to take a look at the experience that our generals gain, and before they level up, we switch them out. If we do this properly, we can train 3 or even 4 generals to being 80% towards level 2, and then we unlock bolt attack to potentially give every one of them an additional attack pep. When the planes arrive, you can send them all on their missions. We'll first send them to the closest air zone, then we click the zone in the south, then we split off half of the fighters and send them to the southern airport, and then send them to the southern air zone. Additionally, we also send half of the remaining fighters to the west. If we can get the Christmas event, or well, the success events, then there we go with that. We can get the bolt attack, and then everything is more chill. These guys attack, keep attacking, and then we swap out again, just for the mountaineer buffs. Once air innovation is complete, we are going to swap out the basic machine tools for the airframe while using an MIO for the research bonus. And then once OSA falls, we are going to build up railroads and prioritize them to link up the supply hub in the north. Okay, we're gonna pin with this guy, because they're trying to encircle our OSA divisions. You take the supply hub, and then we're just gonna try going through here. These guys are advancing in the north. These guys can all advance here. And then we can also split these guys up a little bit with solid progress. Very nice, very nice. Ideally, we can just take the capital if it's unprotected. Ah, never mind. They have foiled my plan. My oh so thorough plan. We're just gonna pin here. With that, we can take Harar, which I think is also... No, it's not a supply. Still, very good for the connection here, because now we can take Asilla from multiple angles. Ethiopia is being a little bit cringe, as they say, the youngins. Let's just get our planes all in the final tile here. Finish up basic machine tools, and once again, get free trade. And we're just making sure everywhere that we just keep on attacking, because we need to end this thing within the month. Okay, next focus, the Intel Agency for free. And for our air facility, we are getting the Coffee Man Longi. Oh, no, we don't even have to take Addis Ababa. We can just take Marcos. Just gonna make sure that everyone stays pinned, and there we go. Anyway, we're gonna take all of Ethiopia. Yay! Now he's happy. Look at him smile. Okay, planes, we can just not dismiss for once. We're gonna keep our fighters. We're gonna dismiss the Storno and the tactical bombers, which I guess you can keep. I'm just gonna sell them because I like selling things. Anything. Even my body. Please subscribe so I can make a fanboy OnlyFans. Same with the armored cars. I don't give a shit. The Fiats, sure. If you want to build some light tanks, you can, but I am not going to. We're gonna put the planes on high and everything else on medium. Now, these guys, just send them back to Italy. This will be the last time that we look down here. I can promise you guys that much. Navy, we're gonna split up. We're gonna select the Navy. We're gonna create a new task force, get the submarines, select them, and send them to someone else. We're gonna use Sara for the dev stack because he's gentlemanly and he's a superior tactician. And was it Angelo for the submarines? Yeah. Sounds good. We can also give you Cruiser Captain, and then we're gonna shift left click both to train to level 3, which is also the same thing we're gonna do with the planes, but first we can get them up here. Same thing with the army, shift left click to level 3. We're gonna create a bajillion cavalry divisions here. There we go. We have a new quest from Mussolini. Within the next 2 years, we have to pacify Ethiopia, which is 60% or higher compliance. We are not gonna do this. Actually, I lied. I guess we kind of looked down here, so I guess I lied. We're also gonna do something a little bit strange. We're gonna put the equipment priority of garrisons and operations high, these on low, and reinforcements and upgrades on low as well for once. We don't need truck supply on these guys anymore. We also don't need the aggressive attack anymore. One small note, if you want to get the Pope achievements, you'll have to slander the Duce now. This will delay some of your PP gains slightly, but it's not a big deal breaker. We are also going to import 2 more oil from Iran. Next focus, Triumph in Africa. Make him even more happy. Wahoo. We can go to war economy now, and we are gonna send some volunteers over to Spain. We can send 3, which means we are gonna send 3 of those mountaineers. We could send air volunteers, but we can send 0 of our air wings, so no point. And as always with the Spanish Civil War, I don't give a single shit. I mean, I guess we do care a little bit about it, because we can just get Spain for free if they are not communist, but I don't think I've ever seen a single person or AI in the communist Spain path, so nothing for us to really worry about. We're also gonna get Italian highways now, because we are gonna start producing or building the road soon, so we want the buffs. We can also get the lip guy, the lip woman, the good kisser, and send her to London. We can choose between concentrated or dispersed. I'm gonna pick concentrated because we do have a decent amount of industry already, and we need as much efficiency as we can get. Honestly, it's fine either way for Italy. Concentrated will just make it easier for the early game, or the, you know, like early mid game, and we get a ton of production retention buffs with the increased production, so we are pretty stoked with that already. And then we can also research engines 3 with MIOs. Our divisions in Spain have arrived. We are gonna get these guys here. We're gonna get Graziani back, and then we're just gonna dump these guys here. Once again, I do not give a shit about the outcome of this war, of what we do here. We're just gonna grind. The grind never quit. We can get Pietro as well for more army XP. Then we are gonna get railway innovations, and our next goal is to just get another research slot, because 2 of our research slots are gone for some reason. They are kind of occupied somewhere. Okay, second spy. I guess cracker. Am I allowed to say it on YouTube? Probably. For now, we can also put a couple more factories on guns, but we'll switch them to trucks in a bit. It's not a big deal. Okay, Austria. I don't give a shit. I know what's gonna happen to Austria, so. And we can also go down to 1 oil at this point. Okay, we can also prepare an infiltration of the civilian administration in Uk. And then in a minute, we can also get Daniele, our industrial concern. While I'm here, I might as well put the Intel network on quiet. The most important thing, just keep on grinding in Ethiopia, in Spain. Get as much army XP out of it as you can, and I guess the training here for these guys is also nice. Time to get construction 2. There we go. We're gonna put 8 on trucks now. Industrialization program. We are pretty much done with that one. Then we're gonna get our research slot. Get concentrated 2. Again, don't really care here. Special project. I guess you can get radar or the helicopters, but I have different things on my mind right now. We're gonna get the elusive gentleman now, which will allow us to get another spy, and then we can infiltrate the civilian administration in a minute. Get another lip guy, and then we're gonna send our liberals over to the UK. Next thing on the list is Fiocchi Munizioni, and then we can also get improved machine tools. We can hire the land warfare scientist, Giuseppina Fara. I'm actually gonna cripple our economy a little bit. We're just gonna, there we go, import. Just get our navy up and running. Ideally not from the allies. There we go. Does slow us down quite a bit, which means I'm just gonna bump this up down to 1 so we can finish the Toscana one, because the Toscana factory is almost finished. Actually, did I import rubber? Oh, right. We can also import rubber. 1 rubber, please. And we can go a little bit less on guns for that. Then we can also get synthetic oil experiments. Redirect Alfa Romeo production. And I suppose we can also just deploy the horses. The collaboration government on Greece, I don't care. If you want to, you can build it. Then you can get all of Greece for cheap, but I do not care. We're gonna steal industrial blueprints now, and we are just gonna send everyone full send, which is a bummer. We're gonna lose our spy network. One thing I do like to do at this point is justify Yugoslavia. At that point, you will get Romania for free. But again, this series is supposed to be pseudo-historical. You know, apart from the dying in a bunker or getting shot publicly part. That only happens after I get accused of snorting CP. So, we're not gonna justify in Yugoslavia because, you know, then we would get Romania. We can also split up our submarines and auto reinforcement, auto split off, enable, repair priority medium. Planes, forgot about training these as well to level 3. Next, you should hire the war industrialist and also rebuild the freezer factories that we cancelled earlier in Emilia Romagna. We're just gonna get radio tech now. And we are just gonna let Austria break the treaty if they import something from us, which very unlikely, but if they import something from us, then we're gonna get more factories. There we go. We actually do have three factories from trade. We can also get the heavy MGs now. And it is time to design ships. Yay, wahoo! We're gonna take the submarine. First things first, we're gonna add some proper tubes and the submarine designer. I'm just gonna save this one for now, the Littorio, and then we're gonna get back to this in a minute. Let's just train these guys, put 10 on guns, and then we can also fix our imports. There we go. They are all getting to veteran level. We're gonna get the air reformer now, and There we go. Then we are gonna go back to the Littorio class and redesign it a little bit. There you go. That will be our heavy cruiser or our battleship, which is gonna dump as many dockyards on this one as possible. And there we go. Let's go down to 2 on convoys. Then we are gonna get army primacy. There we go. We can start the helicopter special project and we're gonna start pumping out mill factories. Next focus will be the cult of the douche. The only focus that we really want out of our political focus tree is the security militias, so we can hire Renato Ricci. If you're going for the Pope, and since convene the Grand Council is shorter, you can do the foreign affairs now and hire Chiano, and then you can slander Mussolini once more, so you can convene the Grand Council afterwards. And this will require the same amount of PP as the fascist path from now on, so you are good. And 6 on AA. The huge deficit on guns right now is perfectly fine. Oh, come on. We stole that? That's probably the worst thing you could have stolen. You guys are absolutely useless. All right, let's try this again. This time, hopefully something useful. We can also get the integrated designers and aircrew service. Commerce rating guy. Need to increase our steel import a little bit again. Just so our heavy ships are producing at max capacity or max efficiency. Okay. Then we can also give the funny man, the Ministry of Education, more research speed. Woohoo. Obviously only if you're staying with Baldini. Yugoslavia, we're just gonna divert bomber production because bombers do not exist in my timeline. Anyway, we're gonna get the security militias. I actually did run out of oil because of the training here. We can just stop training these guys. We're just gonna get... There we go. Something like this. A little bit of Romanian oil. Strength in the military quest has appeared, which now we're just gonna start spamming these guys out. We're gonna put these guys on the highest level and reinforcements are on low, so we can just spam out 50 guys and only one of them has a gun. Computer machines. Also, I guess we can add support AA to the Alpine divisions, support AA and engineers to the salary division, and support AA to our infantry divisions. Synthetic machinery stuff is done, which means we can go steel industry and tourney, and then we can just get the synthetic refinery here for free. Let's also get improved radio, and we can get the Minister of Corporations now. Very good guy. 5% factory output, 5% dockyard output, and PP gain. Okay, I'm gonna cancel the fuel trade. Oh, we'll go back down to 1 again, just so we get the factory ourselves. And then we can hire the infantry expert. Oh no, we did not pacify Ethiopia. What a bummer. If you want to, you can change the order a little bit, but honestly, I don't think it's worth it. Okay, survivability studies next on the list. And then we're just gonna go down to the new industrialization program, which is just insane. Keep on deploying divisions for Mussolini's quest. Northern industry, obviously. Right, we can get the medium tank, and we're gonna assign Fiat as well. Helicopters, I don't really care. We're just gonna get the cheapest ones. And then we can also create an improved small airframe with shitty stats. Also make sure that the auto upgrade box is ticked to save yourself a whole 7 air XP. We're gonna use 10 on these. And then we need fewer guns, and let's also go down on the AA a little bit. Actually, trucks, right? We should have gone down on trucks because of the rubber. Once again, reshuffle imports. Now, we are on free trade. We could go down, but the 10% factory output and dockyard output and research speed and construction speed is just so good. Next thing, very important, logistics, obviously, with MIOs. Now we can assign a third MG. We can get the foreign affairs now. Might as well put it on auto upgrade. It doesn't really matter for our cast. And more importage. Let's get the artillery, and then we can get the Grand Battle Plan expert. Right, final deployment, I think. There we go. We have done the Mussolini quest. Next thing will be this beautiful improved infantry equipment 1. Then we can do Balkan Ambition. Let's get support weapons. I do have to open up another screen here. So I checked this earlier. What we need for the ultimatum. Now, the ultimatum is one of the generic ultimatums, which I guess you can only find out in the files themselves that it's a generic ultimatum. This triggers the No Step Back Soviet Foreign Policy Event 200, which is this one. If we have a higher opinion than 75, we get a little bit of a modifier. If we have the same government, we get a modifier. And if our army is more than... If their army is 20% or less of our strength, then we also get another modifier. There is no way to get a 100% modifier if you hire the Italian nice guy, as they call it in the code, which is Chiano, Jesus, 3rd time's a charm. If you hire Chiano, you also get another modifier, which you can do if you want to. I would personally recommend you just be lazy, go over here, put this somewhere here, reload if it fails. Right, while we're here, we can also take a look at another event that we get later, which is the the Iberian protection event. Just flat out 70% chance for them to accept and 30% chance for them to refuse. No way to influence this apart from prevent Spain from becoming communist. If they are, then they will 100% deny. That is all to say that if you want to, you can hire this guy, but I would recommend you make a save here at this point, just to ensure the event fires for us. We can now add self-sealing fuel tanks, very good, and armor plating, very good. Yes. The next focus is the Albanian occupation. All right, now we can do the new industrialization program. Albania will yield, and then we can send an ultimatum to Yugoslavia and get the Lancia Fiamme. We have Italian Yugoslavia now, which gives us more industry. Also gets centralized control, as well as instilled aggression. And I guess night fighting we can go for already. Then let's get basic engines. Sadly, don't have this beautiful piece yet, but I still think we should start producing some, even if they are shitty medium tanks. Okay, we're just gonna go a little bit low on everything just so we start producing some tanks. And I'm gonna get one more steel from Hungary. And we are also going to justify on Poland. We also need the increased artillery production. Still missing that one. Concentrated, free. And at this point, we are gonna restructure the army a little bit. Use the salary division, and we're gonna turn it into a little bit of a mix between a tank division and a motorized division. We can't afford the tanks just yet, so I want to go for something like this. Just a couple of medium tanks for more stats, and then the motorized infantry. And on the Alpine divisions, we're just gonna make these guys more chunky as well. As always, also fine if you just want to focus on purely mountaineers with these, but I just like the additional soft attack. Artillery is pretty bad. Panther divisions, these are perfectly fine. We are just gonna turn our entire army except for these motorized divisions, and I guess the shitty wahoo AI divisions that I can't touch because I am apparently not allowed to touch them inappropriately. We are just gonna get all of the rest. These guys we can just convert into Fanta divisions. We're gonna train these. We're gonna drop these two over here and train these as well. Advanced machine tools. Okay, these guys are starving. We can fix that by simply consolidating them. There we go. Now we have full strength divisions. We're gonna split these up a couple of times and then just spread them out. 16 of these infantry divisions, and then we can go for a couple more Alpine divisions, as well as produce 4 more of the salary divisions. We also need to fix this now. Equipment priority. There we go. Reinforcements on high again. I'm gonna give Mussolini the other 2 ministries. Corporations, we will keep the corporations thing just because that one is so good, even though the guy looks scary. The rest, sure, we can just spend a bit more PP and hopefully get into Duce total dominance. There we go. Now he has a stupid little crown, or laurel, I guess. And the next focus will be the new emperor of Ethiopia. Improved rubber processing, and then let's get the better logistics. Howitzer, auto upgrade, and engines. And now the additional wet ammo storage actually matters. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it helps. Don't think we have... Yeah, we don't have flame tanks yet. We can get radar, though. Czechoslovakia has been fated. And honestly, economy will now go to the shitter, just because we need so much. We're gonna drop 1 stack on the Alps. We're gonna add 1 stack here. We're gonna add half of the stack on the other Libyan front. If you want to, it's perfectly fine to just release Libya. There's honestly no downside. You have to annex them later if you want to form Rome, but realistic... Oh. Level 3-7 attack, let's go. You are my kind of man. Okay, we're just gonna assign a couple of the infantry guys that we trained earlier. Yeah, I'm actually gonna make 2 field marshals here. These guys we can just send on Corsica. New emperor of Ethiopia, and now we are immediately getting the Ministry of Italian Africa. Engineers, there goes Memel. Also, I forgot about spy agencies again. There we go, I guess we can send. I mean, at this point I don't really want to send. We do need the intel. Yeah, sure, I don't really care about the colonial police because we are just gonna establish Africa Orientale. And there we go. I'm not gonna worry about Ethiopia. It's such a shite defense. We're just gonna get the Albanian oil as well. Then we are also gonna get damage control with experience points spent. All right, let's split up these submarines off of this one again. Train the submarines and stack the rest of the navy up with our other rest of the navy and train the... What? Train you? Okay. Okay, we're also gonna get the shells just because they're cheap and it's navy tech. Navy tech, yay! Okay, let's get 4 more on artillery, and then let's get some refineries. I fucking hate this microphone stand. We can also get the MEVs if we care about it. I care a little bit. Let's get extensive conscription now and the AA upgrade. Can also decrypt Churchill's diary. As for the spy agency, we're also going to get the army, navy and air departments now. Okay, let's deploy army. Don't do this. I am a professional. Please just use the proper defense, you know, make fallback lines on all of your ports. I am a trained professional. I know what I'm doing. Just not in this game. I mean, I'm just too fucking lazy, I'm gonna be honest. We're gonna join Germany. He's doing Danziger War. Our focus is also ready. We can cancel this production. We're gonna get a couple more Alpinis. And we're gonna go down to 10 infantry divisions. Poland refuses. That doesn't matter. We're just gonna get another shell. We're gonna get the Yugoslav forces. And we can send these on area defense as well. We can set up convoy raiding planes. Train these all again. Should have done earlier. Okay, Germany declares war. We cannot join the German-British war, but we can just declare for the German-British war. Let's just wait a couple of seconds for this guy mostly. Also, Navy, we can just put this up here. And we can put you on strike force for now, I guess. Make another final save before the World War kicks off. For you as well. We're gonna, there we go, declare war. And Turkey, not right now. I'm sorry. Now let's go up to total mob and get the women in the factories. Okay, final gun tech or ship thingy mit jam tech. Let's use our investment here. There we go. We can get the spies on quiet intel as well. And can we take you out? I'm gonna get, there we go, a couple of fighters here. And then we can also get our vast amount of cast that we have just to push over the edge. Same thing, we're also gonna get the thingy doctrine, air doctrine. We could use our shitty Italian divisions to push into the north, but honestly I'm just gonna use the tanks, as you should. Bit more oil to fix our supply problem. I'm actually gonna get these guys out and use convoy escort just to ensure that our guys don't get intercepted. And an army leader's also a very useful focus. These guys are suffering from supply that can be fixed by just rushing down. And then we're just gonna use our motorized tanks to just quickly take North Africa here. Another intelligence service expansion. What do you want this time, my bold boy? Anti-partisans. No, do not want. Around the Maginot is happening. So far we have 35% war score, but there's a couple of things we need. So let's just see. We're gonna select our admiral. We're gonna get him out. There we go. Put him on strike force. In case you don't have naval supremacy, you can also get your planes up. You can get up to 100%. Our air superiority increases our ship amount impact by. With that, you should be able to break through. And then we're gonna send our naval invasion, and we gotta hurry. Okay, these guys should be able to win. Could also use cheat attack here in case you want to win a little bit faster, because we are again a little bit on a timer here. These guys are just gonna expand. We're gonna deploy our entire field marshal here, and we're gonna draw line. We're gonna get our planes over here in a second for the additional air superiority, and then these guys, we're just gonna dump them on here as well. And honestly, I'm just gonna tell these guys to go. Make sure these guys don't get encircled. There we go. Small encirclement on our side. We're not fast enough with Alexandria here. I guess we can just build a port here. Should be more chill. And these guys, I'm just gonna send it as well. Auto. Free front war right now. Your main goal here. Get as much war score as possible. Even if you can't cap France. Drain these guys of strength and orc. Jesus. You want as much war score as possible, and if you have to, give Germany every little piece of land just so you can get Ile-de-France, because if they have it, they can form Vichy France and then cuck you out of pretty much Rome. That's honestly your main goal here. Come on, break through there. Okay, at least we have one encirclement here. That is a big chunk of the French army. Come on, just... Ah! It at least flipped to us. But still, that sucks. Okay, we are just gonna quickly secure the rest, Jibby, and then we can take a look at the UK. Alright, then we're just gonna deal with the North African front. And the cool thing about the North African front is you don't care. You can fight there if you want to do an A to Z world conquest for some fucking reason. But apart from that, you're just gonna have a little bit of a chill time here. There we go. And hold this front. Like, That's the most chill way. Although, I guess there's nothing here, right? I hate it. I hate it, there's nothing here. I'm just gonna push a little bit. Get some war score, I guess. Because right now... Yeah, right now we have about half. Could have more, though. Oh, no, they will. Okay, never mind. They lost pretty much everything that they had here. And now, all of the Mediterranean is pretty much encircled. The UK still has a couple of boats here, probably, but they can't get refueled, so they will just surely die slowly. There we go. And then we're just gonna get production output, trades for the MIOs when we can. We can go for Iberian protection now. If we do that, there is a chance that it fails, that we just get them into our faction, but I'm gonna assume we'll be fine. Oh, nice! Spain and Portugal as puppets. We are fucking strong now, okay. You could even say we are an... There we go. Just gotta dump even more units, and then in 126 days, it's getting a little bit close with the American entry into the war. Naval invasion popped off, and I definitely realized that in time. We're just gonna use cheat attack again here. Might have to get Marines, maybe. All right, we have the port. We are just gonna get all of our fighters up here. Oh, that was expensive for mountaineers here. Pin this guy. There we go. Right, I should probably... We have naval... UK naval invasion. I've done this a bajillion times on this channel already. Your main goal, as always, is just to cut up Scotland and England, and then just let my voice crack. Finally, it's time. After you cut up England, get your planes in here, grind down the British Air Force, and if you have the time, you can just wait for the UK to grind up, get as much war score as possible. It's getting close for the US to join. I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna counter aggressive with aggressive. Logi Wizard, this will probably be costly equipment. Manpower. I swear, please don't declare war on the Allies. Just wait 1 minute. Getting a collab government would have been so nice. But I never thought we would get this far. I just don't want to fight the US, man. Like, it's just gonna add another hour to this game for no reason. We are breaking them, but I don't think it's quick enough. Oh my god. All right, the rest of Italy, Africa, yes. The rest of Italy I do not care about. It is already Italian. There we go. We're just gonna ensure that we get all of the states in the Mediterranean. And I guess Canada, which is also in the Mediterranean. I guess the first order of business of forming Rome is we need to build some convoys. The most important part, trade of the Roman Empire. Editor here, I will just skip over the rest of the game since that was kind of boring. Vichy just had a little bit of fun against Vichy France, and from now on you only have to annex your puppets and get the states that are bordering the Mediterranean from Vichy and Turkey. If you really care about it, you can just watch the unedited VOD in the description. There we go! Fuck this game! Then I have to check if everything is still fine. Anyway, we are gonna have some fun with Italy today. Huh? Am I not playing Italy? What's going on? What the fuck? How do I have Iron Man Italy too? And I'm playing France. I swear my game is not modded or anything. We are at war with Belgium, okay. I hate this game so much. If only somebody made an ultimate UK guide to counter this ultimate Italy strat. Oh wait, I did. It's here.